pretty incredible to see those four great servicemen and women who do so much for our country.
Very moving. It is always one of the most memorable ceremonies of the year. Matthew Nyes, rink-wide pass, Pastrnak, knocked down by Matthews. Henry Jokiharju back in his own zone. He comes out in front. What a chance for Nyes, and a big early stop for Jeremy Swayman. Back in comes Morgan Riley. Nick Robertson into the corner for Max Domi. Nick Waugh, the other member of the power play. In front, scores! It's a power play goal for Nick Robertson.
Seconds left. That second unit gets hungry, and it's just driving through a lane, opening up that passing lane. Good patience there by Domi, and he puts it tape to tape. You walk up, Robertson getting through the lane, kind of gets lost. You could see the head to the defenders. He's pointing forward. He's in great position, and man, the hot streak
on the power play goal at 3:12. Now Boston comes right back. A chance, scores! Morgan Geekie has tied it. 18 seconds later, and the hottest stick in the Boston lineup has a response.
Yeah, how about nobody's been scoring more in a simple little play. Just drive to the front of the net, through some traffic, and that fake. When he tried to take the initial shot, you could see the reaction of Stolarz right here. He loses control of it. It bounces fast, and then the quick adjustment by Geekie beat the adjustment by
So Robertson from Domi and Riley, but a quick answer by the Bruins, and we're tied at 1. Philip Myers, Dakota Joshua, off his stick in front, scores! The Leafs give one up here, and Victor Arvidsson puts Boston in front in a wild minute here.
Get this puck for Stolarz that it ended up being there. Just some sloppy play in the own zone. Myers can't get the first pass in. Now you're coming back into the zone and just lost the control. As you can see, Dakota Joshua loses it. Pavel Zacha with a good play, and then just a quick stick there of Arvidsson. Gets there before Myers can. No chance for Stolarz. He's expecting his defense
trade, so he has stepped up and been a huge contributor. And there's turned over. Here's Kuznetsov, and to the net is Pastrnak with a chance. Shrugged away by Stolarz, and back down the ice comes Nyes. Off a stick and in behind the net. Leafs charge in after it. Nylander comes up with it. Here's William Nylander from behind the net, centering it just out of the reach of Matthews. And countering here is Geekie once again with Pastrnak in front, and Stolarz.
The patience and calmness with the puck, and good job of being physical there on him and turning the puck over.
Here it's turned over. The Leafs with a chance, and that glances off the glove of Swayman. Maccelli with an opportunity. Out in front again. Double it up here. Domi trying to get it back to the line, but that'll be broken up, and Boston takes off again. It's Fraser Minten over the line. Tanner Jeannot off the post. Short-handed for Jeannot. Maccelli now, dying seconds of the penalty. Matias Maccelli in, and that hit a stick goes wide. Riley's in deep, it comes around to Maccelli. Changing was Joshua, nobody in front. And that's sent wide of the net. Jake McCabe comes out to make sure there's two defensemen. And a chance at front, scores! Matias Maccelli, and the Leafs draw even.
Great play down low by Nicholas Waugh. Shuttle down there, absorbs the pressure, puts it through his legs and the defender's legs. And how about Maccelli? Healthy scratch for one game, got back against his old club, had a goal and assist, including the game winner.
Not sure a Bruin team has been counted out as early in the preseason as this team was. Nylander in, kicked away by Swayman.
On the year, the same face-off, but it was 57% for the Leafs, and that was a big one there by Waugh on the penalty kill.
Zacha works his way in, Pastrnak across, Geekie, a hot shot right on, and a big rebound that will get sent back down the ice by Nick Waugh. Pastrnak with 3 power play goals, Geekie has a pair. Lindholm in place of the absent Charlie McAvoy to quarterback this power play. Arvidsson comes on as it comes across to Geekie. Into the middle. Shot there off the side of the net. When the rebound off the inboard, Saka comes close. He had the overtime winners against Ottawa the other night, and McCabe with a clear.
Boy, it looked like he had half a net there, didn't he? It came hard off the backboard, and Anthony Stolarz was out the top of his crease, was down. He just wasn't able to corral it and poke it in.
Mason Lohrei comes out now. Alex Steeves on the second unit with Kuznetsov over the line. It'll come back to Pastrnak, stays on, and that's blockered away by Stolarz. He can't get it out. Lunge for that. A diving play, but the Bruins hold the zone. Final 15 seconds of the power play. Jam play. Stolarz down. And Pastrnak in front of the net, but Stolarz holds them out.
You can see the wave off is the call by the official. They're talking.
My guys was saying, yeah, that puck was over the line. He had a chat with the official before he left the ice. And I don't know if that was conclusive. This might be a better angle for Bruin fans.
But man, you really can't see, and you can see.
After the video review, 81, Boston's original shot completely crosses the goal line, therefore we have a goal.
Well, they did have a definitive view, and Boston has the lead. It's been about 5 games up in the top 6, and he has looked like a top 6 forward since.
You can just see what the confidence does. It goes right to your legs, goes right to your hands, and there was another great example of just creating a little separation and some room.
Back the other way, Pastrnak in, and Stolarz down, and it's in. What a brilliant piece of work. David Pastrnak has goal number 399.
Dead tired at the end of his shift. Look, no speed at all, but that little deceptive play off his skate keeps it alive, and then looked like it went off of his skate for the Boston Bruins that he has sat 2 consecutive games. The impact of it, though, he's been dynamite since and hasn't lost a game since that 2-game set.
Just got helped up by his friend LaPoste on a shot by Nylander. Here's Nyes behind the net. Ekman-Larsson, Nylander again. Knocked out. Nyes stopped by Swayman with Matthews on the doorstep. Leafs with a push. Nylander at the line, knocked away by Kastelik. And Riley will take over inside his own line. Back up to Matthews. He gets stepped on the play. It'll continue. Here comes Pastrnak. He shoots off the side of the net. There's Lohrei. Pastrnak looking back, and Lohrei loose with a move. And Hildeby lost his mask after making the stop. And the Leafs have to clear the zone.
Now you need your top line to follow it up and get something.
Here comes Pastrnak the other way in front. Geekie, and it's McCabe stealing a goal from Morgan Geekie. Ekman-Larsson to the middle. Here's Nylander with it. Down low, Nyes in front. Tavares, a backhand wide. Comes back to Nylander. Rink wide, Matthews. Midpoint, and now in front, scores! John Tavares! Power play goal!
Jeremy Swayman, you're worried, okay, are they going to get a seam pass in here? Just great movement. Now you go the secondary level, and that's John Tavares. Matthew Nyes goes in tight front. Tavares skips out to the high slot, and it puts a perfect shot up and over, and that's what John Tavares...
Out comes Steven Lorentz. Nick Waugh will take a spot here along with Dakota Joshua as it comes out to center, and back come the Bruins. Kuznetsov's in, and a stop by Hildeby, and the Leafs will turn it up ice, and Nylander with an assist has 21. Back to Lohrei, slipping it through Arvidsson. That one tipped. Top stop, Hildeby. Back goes Joki Harju. He'll swing it down the ice. Maybe one more chance for Pastrnak. And Geekie firing that wide. Side of the net, and Waugh is there. Just thinking 3 certainties: death, taxes, and Pastrnak scoring against the Leafs.
It happens all the time.
Here's Haslick in front, and Minton robbed by Hildeby. That's an enormous save for Dennis Hildeby. That's turned aside by Swayman with Leaf traffic in front. Corelli gets his own rebound and got a shot on Dennis Hildeby. Ends up on the stick of Lorentz as he wants to get that change going, and Michelli flying off the bench, setting up Dakota Joshua, and Swayman gets a piece of that. Back to the line for Morgan Riley, 2 assists in the game. Plays it in behind the net, and here comes Nylander with Matthews. Wraparound, jam play, and Swayman holds it out.
Trying to just beat the goaltender to the post. You can see the deflection off of Joki Harju, but
Puck loose though, and Fraser Minton's back the other way. Red line and in for Boston. Janone couldn't reach it. Give it away. Kastelik in front. Minton scores! Fraser Minton against his old team. 5-3 Bruins.
last year in Boston, but it's the hard wraparound, and watch on the board. You're on your off wing, and Lorentz tries to shuttle it to the middle, and just at the last second, a bit of a wing. You know, this is one for Minton. If he shoots it right away, he might not be able to get it up and over Hildeby. But that little hesitation, watch what it does to Hildeby. Now his weight is going forward. He can't stay up and square. And turnovers are killers.
It's winding down on the Leafs. They'll play again Tuesday in Boston. And the Bruins now have won 6 in a row and stay unbeaten in November. 5-3 the final here tonight.